Good afternoon. I'm here to share with you a new journal I just completed that's based on a Fairyland theme. It has a Kraftex cover that's two pieces of Kraftex glued together, and then there's this image on the front and the back, some Tim Holtz corners, Tim Holtz hitch post, and some seam binding that I dyed. I used a 7-hole pamphlet stitch, and the reason I used 7 holes versus 3 or 5 is because I have some heavy elements in here that I felt needed that extra thread to hold them, as well as some little loose pieces that I felt would be better served by having a little more catch with the binding. This paper here is from the new Fairy Dust collection from Graphic 45. Graphic 45 is one of my favorite paper companies. The other papers are from the Dreamzetc Fairyland collection, and I included in that, I also have things from those ephemera packs that go with that, as well as their floral line papers that I have embellished. This is one of the little doors. It's part of the ephemera pack, and inside is a little fairy card that I had found on Amazon. There's several of these little cards in there, and I just love the images on them. There's some of this, I don't know what you would call this, but it's just some sort of a leaf decoration that comes on a spool. A little prima flowers, glossy accents on this little piece of ephemera from the Graphic 45 kit, and then just some little faceted stones that were glued on with the glossy accents. This is part of the lined floral papers from Dreamzetc, and I used some of them plain, and some of them I embellished with little fairies and pieces of ephemera. This is a piece of tracing paper dyed with blueberry that comes out pinks and purples, which was perfect for this paper. This is the first of several pop-ups. This is using the Graphic 45 paper, and then this little fairy baby is from the ephemera pack with the Dreamzetc kit. There's 2 little magnets here that help hold that closed. These are some little cards of just various fairy images that I found online, and I created a pocket as well as used some of them for journaling cards. This is one of the floral pages that I embellished with a little moon. Part of their Fairyland Dreamzetc pack. Another one of their floral pages that I enhanced. This is from their ephemera pack. It's just 3 journaling cards with very precious little imagery on them. And then this is glued together pieces from the Graphic 45, a little bit of the ribbon that I had dyed, and some charms, and a crochet piece. This little card is one of the little shutter cards where it changes the image. And this is out of the floral department at Michael's. I don't even know what you call that stuff, but it's little flowers on a ribbon, and I just created a frame there with that. Again, I embellished their paper with some of my own fairies. Here's another one of those cards, and I just made a pocket on this one, and these are some of the papers from the Dreamzetc ephemera kit. I love the Spiderwick Chronicles, and they have a whole book on mystical creatures, and I just took some of those as well as some other images and made a little booklet of the various creatures that we associated with being fairies or fairy-like, and included them in here as sort of an homage to the Spiderwick Chronicles. This is one of the reasons I needed 7 holes, so that I got each one of these tags with at least 2 of the holes, so that they do not twist. They're in there very securely. They don't twist or slide. And these are just leftover pieces from various parts of the ephemera packs and on the paper, which is graphic 45. Again, I've added this to their floral line paper. This is part of the Fairyland paper. And this one is from the floral line floral pack. But you can see there's just lovely, lovely imagery with lots of wonderful soft colors to use in here. And yes, mine is a little overboard, but I was just having too much fun, got too far along, and then just decided to put it all in one book. Again, I added her to their floral paper. This is the other side of those tags. Little writing spots. And then this is from the ephemera pack with the Dreams Etc. kit, and I just put some more of those little fairy images that I had found on Pinterest and the like as little journal cards. This has a magnet to help hold this closed. This is some of that, it's some sort of like almost rubbery kind of trim that you can get at Michael's. I don't even know what company. And I just had some cut up pieces left over from another project and I used them for there. And then this is another one of my pop-ups. More of those tags. This is part of the paper pack from the Fairyland collection. This is the florals, and I've added the fairies on this one as well as that side. This is graphic 45, part of their ephemera cards. Some more of that tracing paper. This was part of the ephemera pack, and I just put it on a little swivel so you could put a little hidden message or something there just to make that page a little bit interactive. Again, I added the fairies to this floral paper here and there. This is the Dreams Etc. paper. The other side of the tags. And this side of the tags has little pockets. And in here I used some Tim Holtz ephemera. This is the other envelope that comes with the Dreams Etc. kit, and it just has a little piece of writing paper from their ephemera kit as well. This was part of the ephemera kit. This is actually glued to a piece of graphic 45, and you can see how beautifully all of the colors blend. And I just made a little side tuck out of that. This is part of the ephemera pack as well, only I resized it to fit diagonally across the page to make a tuck spot. This is another little shutter card, but it's made using one of the doors from the ephemera pack that includes this little window above the door. I just cut it off and glued it to the page separately, because otherwise it would have been up here and you would have had to cut through the baby, and I wasn't going to do that. More of the fairies that I added to their paper, and here as well. This is a third of that set of cards. This actually will come out, it's just tucked in these little slits, and you can write on the back of it as sort of a hidden message. This is two pieces of the ephemera, this little oval and then some flowers out of the ephemera pack for Dreams Etc. And then two of the ephemera cards from graphic 45. I added this little stick-on word here. I believe this is a Heidi Swap. It was something I had left over in my drawer. This is a piece of the ephemera from the ephemera pack glued onto that page. This is part of the ephemera pack of the Dreams, etc. This is Graphic 45 ephemera cards, and then I used some of the fairies that I had digital images of to create this little pop-up scene. This is another one of the doors from the ephemera pack, and it's backed with an image from the Graphics Fairy, not the Graphics Fairy, the Graphic 45 Fairy Dust collection. These are fairies I've added to the Dreams, etc. pages. More fairies on the Dreams, etc. floral pages. And then this is Graphic 45 paper. This is a piece of ephemera from the Dreams, etc. kit and an ephemera card from Graphic 45. So you can see that you can take things from various sources if they have the same color wave and just kind of combine them all together. And this would have been an adequate journal. I would have been happy with it without all the pop-ups, but I have been spending the last 6 weeks learning how to make new and different pop-ups from what I had before, and I wanted to include some in here, which is why the thing got a 2-inch spine. So I hope you enjoyed this and are inspired to try some things with the new Graphic 45 collection, and I'll see you again soon.